When I was 15 years old, I tried to get emancipated. My mom ripped up the papers, said that wasn't a possibility. I was already working and going to school. I had good grades. There was no reason I couldn't, but except for whatever control she had over me. So I went off the deep end. Well, no, actually, let's back up. Uh, well, that didn't work. I applied for early college. So it's called Running Start in Washington. I was supposed to graduate college or graduate high school and also graduate with an associate's degree at the same time. And for some reason, right before I was supposed to start my college courses, my mom yanked me from it and didn't tell me until right before, and it broke my heart. Really just broke my heart. So all I wanted to do was find a way out. And if that meant school, I was going to go to school to be a doctor. She yanked me from that, and my heart was just devastated. So, doing what teens do, where they don't have help or support from their church or their family, didn't really have any friends. I had a couple, but what are they gonna do except just be my friend? It's not like they could get me out of my situation. And I tried to do whatever I could, and there it was, the obvious fact that I wasn't in control, and so I started using drugs. Um, I was already smoking a little bit of weed, wasn't drinking yet, wasn't smoking cigarettes yet, but I was really heavily getting into ecstasy, hydrocodone, oxycodone, I think is what I don't know. And then things kind of progressed, and I didn't really want to be in school anymore because uh, I'd lost my drive. So I think junior year, I decided to sign up. At the very end of junior year, I signed up for the delayed entry program for the Navy. I made it all the way to MEPS. They wanted me to be in the nuclear program. And when I realized I don't want to be, well, it lined up with mushrooms and philosophy. And that was when I realized I don't want to be going abroad killing other people for an agenda that's not mine. And so I decided to stay home and patrol the streets. Yeah. So instead of joining the military to go kill people in another country, I stayed here so that I could at least protect the corner that I lived in, because that made the most sense. Because there's still a lot going on in the U.S., and never made sense to me that we're sending our best men to war so that way our country can be destroyed from within, right? And so that happened. And then I was married for a little bit. I loved that. I loved being a dad, and I still love being a dad. The early formative years, that was the best time of my life. My kids, teaching them things when they're just between infant and toddler, that they're learning so much every day. Every day is just wake up, learn, play, learn. And that went south. Kind of married into different things, and I felt like the only way to make money and still be able to experience fatherhood and familyhood is, I started selling weed. So um, that got me sent down another rabbit hole, and I decided I wasn't making enough on that, so I cut off all the middlemen, and I went to a California farm, met a friend who had connections in the state. He was a chief building inspector of the state of California. And he taught me a lot of things besides just farming weed. He kind of gave me some pointers, some credentials, some things, this and that. And during that time, I think, I don't think I know exactly what all I was doing, but I know that maybe I was messing around with some dangerous people. And so it is what it is at that point. Then I got busted with marijuana in 2014. 2 pounds of it. Went to prison. I pled guilty even because it was mine, all the way mine. I farmed it, I moved it, I sold it, right? And I used my prison time to rehabilitate myself. And I rebuilt myself. And I journaled a lot. And and I wrote letters, and I wrote apologies and forgiveness. Like, I did this whole course of rebuilding, and a lot of it was making amends with myself and making amends with others. And then I got out of prison thinking I had served my time and I could get on with my life. Apparently those things follow you. The choices you make early on in life, they follow you. So this is advice to a younger generation who thinks it might be a good idea to cut corners. It's not what it looks like, and it's just going to lead to a life of misery. Those things. You're never completely free of your obligations when you do these things. And even though I reformed myself, apparently there was still things being done in and around my name that I'm still finding out about. And I will get down to the bottom of it. And when I do, I'm just so glad that I have spent this many years learning how to give grace and forgiveness, because I think the ball's in my court now. So there's some more of my story. I hope it helped